This is meteorologist Tan Leach, and I'm just going to do a quick update since the River Forecast Center Portland has updated their forecast and have downgraded a lot of the flood categories. So my forecast from last night is pretty much on track. I think the Northern Valley is going to be probably in the lower range, closer to that 1.5 inches for this atmospheric river. And then the South Valley probably closer to about 2.5 inches. The ground is less saturated in the South Valley, so the flooding I'm not expecting to be as bad because the atmospheric river last week, South Valley didn't really get a lot of rain. So the only river that is in a major flood forecast is the Clackamas River in Estacada, which is still forecast to hit major flood stage, but not as much as it was before. Downstream, Clackamas River at Oregon City is still forecast to hit moderate flood stage. It is now just barely below the record. The peak for both of these would be early tomorrow morning. And then Johnson Creek has a mind of its own. I expect this to change again, but right now it's forecast to be a moderate flood. Hood River's been downgraded from major to a moderate as well, though it is on the cusp of major, so we'll see if that holds. I do think that this is a little bit aggressive, like I alluded to last night. I probably think it'll end up lower end of moderate to somewhere in the minor category myself. Then moving on to the rest of the Willamette Valley here, the other rivers that I was looking at, the Willamette River is no longer forecast to flood at all at Oregon City, though it is still expected to be bank full, so some extreme low-lying areas could still look like it's flooded. And the Malala River's had the biggest change. It went from full-on major flood to barely a minor flood. So that is good news for all the farmers living out there. Again, Canby was on the high bank side, so I was not concerned about Canby flooding until unless if it really got above like the record stage. Then I would start having some concerns about that. And then the Pudding River, this is like I mentioned last night, a slower responding river. It's right on the boundary between minor and moderate, only 200ths of a feet from moderate, so that is good news for that river that it's been downgraded. And then the one that hasn't had any changes as well is the Comet River, which still is showing the middle range of the moderate category. This is the only one that I would say, like, yeah, this looks pretty accurate compared to my forecast. And plus, this river is notorious for flooding, anyways, versus something like the Willamette, where you normally need either a failure or significant snow runoff in the foothills to cause flooding here. Some of the rivers on the coast have been upgraded to counter here what's happening in the valley. So that includes the Wilson River in Tillamook County, forecast at the upper end of a moderate. The Nehalem River, which is forecast to hit moderate flooding now. And then the Siletz River holds from last night at a moderate flood as well. So TLDR, essentially, my forecast is on track. Flooding is more conservative than previously predicted by the River Forecast Center, but kind of in line with what I was calling before. If you are near any of those rivers, just stay water aware in this case. And if you do see water rising, just have a backup plan ready. Otherwise, just stay safe out there and take care.